Whenever a state becomes God, one of the things it does is it institutes laws. And those laws, in effect, take the place of God, and those laws often destroy the freedom of religion that is so critical if we're going to worship the living and the true God. And here we have an example of it. You know, whenever it comes to laws, as I mentioned earlier, show me your laws, I will show you your God. The reason that you have such a battle in Washington when it's time to inaugurate a new Supreme Court justice is because everybody knows that the direction of the laws becomes the direction of the country. And here you have some laws, and isn't it tragic to think that if some of our founding fathers were actually raised from the dead and they lived today, they would probably be rejected by our Congress because, you know, they'd be too religious. Some of them believed in homeschooling and so forth, and therefore they'd be unqualified to interpret the Constitution, especially because it is a living document. So the point is simply this, that here a law is made. Everybody bowed down and worshiped. But there were three guys, and I'm going to call them guys, three guys who didn't, and some people tattled on them, and they went to the king and they said, "Oh, Nebuchadnezzar, you know, thousands of people were bowing, but there were three guys out there that weren't bowing." So Nebuchadnezzar says in verse 13, I'll give him another chance. He says, you know, maybe you didn't get the memo. And so what I'm going to do is to say this, we'll give you another chance. When you hear these six instruments, you bow or you get thrown into the fiery furnace. And then I'm going to pick it up in verse 16. And these are verses that should be marked in your Bible. You'll notice in verse 16, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. We don't have a long discussion about the nuances of the law. If this be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king." Everybody awake now. This is awesome. One of the best examples of faith in the Bible. But if he doesn't, if not, be it known unto you, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up. Wow.